You still show up, but it feels like a team that you weren't even drafted to. Hi, my name is Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle. In this wonderfully intelligent episode, I'm going to bring you towards the thinking of, do they even want you there? And 3 reminders for stepdads feeling left out and what that means. How many of you have ever felt like that before? You've been drafted to a team that you don't even seem to fit in, and maybe feel like there's some sort of imposter syndrome? Yeah, I felt like that too, but you're not alone. Before I get into that though, I want to invite you to the magic of subscribing to my channel. It is wonderful, and I'm most grateful to you for sticking with me, for continuing here. If you're a first-time subscriber, I love to invite you to subscribe. Super simple. Just hit the subscribe button, then hit the black bell that says all. All allows my content to be available to you. And if you've arrived back here again and you've seen me before, or you've seen a couple of other of my videos, I am so grateful to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so I want to kick off by saying love isn't always loud. It's not always loud. And just because it's not spoken doesn't mean it's not being felt. So you could feel like you're an imposter. You could feel like you don't fit on the team. But in the reality, your kids might not. And your bonus kids might not even know how to express to you yet, because they haven't gotten comfortable with you yet on how they feel about you. Or maybe they have in a way where you're like, I have no idea why you would have said that in that way. I'm not sure why you would have told me that you didn't like me. Where does it make sense? Because you're still hanging around and you're still asking me to help you do things. See, kids have a funny thing. They like when you tease them a little bit. And I'm not talking in the bullying way. I'm talking about in the way that feels loving to them. They like it when you pay attention to them, when you tell them how good that you feel they are, but you also ask them how do you feel? How do you feel about what you just did? It's empowering. It makes them think about, oh yeah, I did something cool. These are things to think about. Presence is power. Your presence as a man is so powerful, my man. It is so powerful. Your presence alone there in your divine masculine power is so powerful. Think about if you weren't there. Think about when you're late, how that disrupts things. That's powerful too. That's power in the way that, well, it's different. It's different. Being there over and over creates belonging. So that's the consistency piece that I talk about a lot in my videos. You're building something slow and sacred. You're building something slow and sacred. Roots take time. When you plant a tree, how long does it take for the roots to take it to grow, for the taproot to sink in, and for those feeder roots to extend to collect the nutrients? It takes a while, doesn't it? It takes a couple months. For some years, like an oak tree, it takes years. But once it starts to grow and that taproot takes root, it really finds the water source, man, it grows. And that's the same for family too. When the energy is right, and after you have established yourself and been present and continuous, with consistent, that right there is key. That right there is huge. And I want you to take that in, because consistency and being there over and over is what your kids need. Because in a relationship where you are establishing yourself, a newer relationship, or maybe over time you're still establishing who you are in this relationship, this new relationship, especially with the stepkids, it might mean that you haven't been there for their entire lives, and maybe you've been there for a year, maybe you've been there for 2 years. They're still getting to know you, bud. They're still getting to know who you are and how you are and how you behave and what you say. And you haven't been there their entire life. So I don't think it's fair for you to feel like everything has to happen overnight. It's not going to be a switch, but it is going to be your investment in their time and theirs. All right. What I want you to do now is I want you to comment, I'm still planting. I'm still planting. Write it in there. I'm still planting in the comments. If you've ever felt invisible in your house, in the house that you build. But I don't want you to stay in this trapped feeling. I want you to know that you're planting seeds and you are planting them methodically and intentionally. I know I have. I've been planting those seeds intentionally because I want to invest time in my bonus daughter's life and my daughter's life, and I want to do it together. And I want to do that with my wife as well. And a quick story, she and I sat the other day, actually it was 2 weeks ago, and we sat looking out the window onto the street, onto the beautiful colors up here in Canada, watching the leaves rustle on the ground and the beautiful colors. And we turned and looked at each other, and some of the first words out of my mouth were, "It feels like family. It feels like we've created a family." And that felt so good to say. It felt so good to feel, because it's taken 4 years. And I want you to take that in, because it might not happen overnight and it might take some time, but that's okay. I don't want you to lose hope. Even when I thought that I was losing hope, I wasn't. I was digging in deeper and I was persevering. And I want to welcome you to a deeper conversation with that. I want to welcome you to thevaliantlifestyle.com in a 30-minute complimentary call where we can talk about that and what that means to you. I feel this conversation that you're going to register for, that you're going to sign up for, that you're going to schedule, is going to add value to your life, and it might even be life-changing for you. Thevaliantlifestyle.com. Book it in now. Don't change your mind. Don't talk yourself out of it. Let's do this.